Hi everybody. Today we're going to look at building some geodesic spheres in SketchUp. Most geodesic spheres are based on the based on the icosahedron. I've downloaded a 3ds polyhedron from the internet, so you can see one here. And what I'm going to do is show you a very fast, efficient way to build and experiment with this kind of geometry. What I've done, I'm going to just hide that. I've taken one face and marked the center of the polyhedron. If you draw from one end to the other and another end there, you'll find the center. So what I've got is one center structure here, and then I've also made it a component. So now what I want to do is Alt move to make a copy. Oh, I've done that wrong. I need to bring with it, I need this, and I also need one line. So I'll bring that line with us. Again, we'll go move, hit the Alt button, and we've got a copy. This is what we're going to use to build our sphere, and this is what we're going to use to alter, change, and experiment with different shapes. The idea being that because this is a component, anything we do to this, if we double click it and change it, it'll do the same to this one. Now, a icosahedron has 20 equilateral faces, all the same. So whatever they're all scattered around it to make a sphere. If we adjust one and they all change the same way, then it's a very quick way of seeing what sort of what we're doing to one face. Because if you're experimenting with one face, it's very hard to tell what a sphere is going to look like. Okay, so we've got to build a sphere out of this, and all we have is the center here and one face. Building a sphere is pretty easy. We'll use the rotate button. We'll click on here and we'll slide to the center. Now what we want to do now is hold the Alt button to make a copy, a rotated copy, and we rotate this to here. Now sometimes, there we go, it snapped. Sometimes it has a little bit of a issue with doing that. Now what we'll do is we'll do the same from here. We're going to do a rotate again. We'll rotate from in line with the corner to the center. Click the Alt button to make a copy and slide that in there. And you'll see how we snap to that corner. Now we're going to do this one more time. I've got to get this the right way around, so we'll do it from here. Just going to rotate it a touch. Here we go. I want to rotate from here, slide, click and hold the button and then slide to the center. Then click here. Don't forget to hit Alt to make a copy and click down to there. So what we've got now, when I just zoom in a bit, is we have 4 equilateral triangles all sharing this center. So all we do now is if we select them all like this. I'm not going to worry about these lines in the center at the moment, and then we'll just pan a wee bit to the top. We know that an icosahedron has 20 faces, and we've got 4 here. It's basically the top one all the way around to the bottom. We'll do the rotate again. We need to lock onto the that. We could slide down to the center just the same and it will work just as well, to be honest. Don't forget to press the Alt to make a copy and lock onto there. and then just keep doing the same. Keep doing that. You've got to do that 5 times. So we'll lock that there, right at the top. Doesn't you can we'll work with this one again, the same. Locked on again, and another one. I'm still learning SketchUp a bit myself, and I occasionally forget to press the Alt button. And the last one, we'll lock on there. Did I get that one right? Oh, yeah, I think I did. We'll go from this one. It doesn't matter which point you use, because it's exactly the same angle. When it's locked on, click it in. Let's have a look now. We'll just deselect that and look at what we've got. Here we go. We have one icosahedron again, but this time this face here is a component, and all of these faces are all components here. So if we double click this, we can then alter it and adjust it, and it'll reflect in all of these other components. SketchUp's good that way. So we have one icosahedron face made into a component, and a copy of this component rotated round to make a full sphere. What we need to do next is, if we're going to build some experimental geodesic structures, is we need a framework to work within. So I'm going to pop on a few guidelines. This helps us line things up later on. Got to try and get the middle, so we'll go middle. So that marks the middle, and each one of these segments are, although they're mirror images, they've got the same edge lengths. So that gives us a little cue to building symmetric structures. Right. This face, we want to rotate about this face. So you hover and hold on that face. Click there. Click here. And there we go, that's worked. Now that's made a little arch. This actually makes our face, or marks, a sphere onto our face. So if we were to project all of these out, we'd have a perfect sphere. We need to do this 3 times. Hover on this face, up arrow, click once there, once here, and once there. Brilliant, starting to work nicely now. Do that one more time. Arch tool, hover here, click once there, once at the top, and once there. Right, we're going to get our tool out again, and we're going to mark some guidelines on here. We want to try and hover at the intersection. There you go. The tape measure tool. If you leave the plus on, that makes a guideline. If you hit the Alt, it'll just measure. Just check that all your lines oops. I've done something wrong there now. I'm getting a few guidelines going here now, but they're all useful. Tape measure. Right, what we have is this odd looking configuration of lines. Right, what we're going to do next is I'm going to very quickly show you how to build a 2-frequency dome. So you've done your template and all your work and your guidelines and everything. What you do now is see that's our component. Double click that component. Now we're gonna be allowed to edit that component now. So we'll go. We're gonna do where we can see there to here, and you can see how it alters on our full sphere. Don't know why that one's red and the other one's clear though. But we're not going to worry about that at the minute. I'll paint it all up in a minute. So we've drawn a few lines from these guidelines to the ends here. Ignore that one. That's our face there that we want. Then we have one last face here. Right, I'm going to get the paint tool and paint it. I'll try and paint it all white again. Right, let's just have a quick look at what it's done. See, it's made of a nice 2-frequency dome. Now if we want to experiment and change things up a bit, we can quite easily do that. Get rid of the paint palette, we don't need that now. We can rub lines out. See how we've got a dent in here, and draw a line on another line. And you can instantly see how it looks from a sphere. So all we have to do is we have to build one face, and we can see how it looks here. I'm going to rub a couple of more lines out, and that way you can experiment. We'll go back to our original face. You can experiment with a whole bunch of. There you go. We're back to our original icosahedron. So you can quickly and easily experiment. Let's build another. Really quickly build another one. We'll take our pencil. I'll tell you. First of all, I'll measure. Actually, I don't need to mark, so I want to measure from here to here. That is 102 millimeters. That's the radius of our dome. So if I get the pencil line and mark from the center through here, adjust it to 102, we get a line sticking up in the center. There you go, there it is there. And we can then join from this here to the end. There we go. Now we've produced a brand new structure with just a couple of lines. Now if you were to model this, keep modeling this, make a whole sphere, it takes ages. But if you can just work with one face at a time, it's much faster. And the other advantage is you can see how it's going to look when it's finished. If we just quickly move that out so we don't see that face, if we can just see this face, it just looks like well, it's a sort of a flat diamond shape. Let's do something really wacky again. Let's go halfway down here, and there we go. It'll snap to midpoint. I think that's snapped to midpoint. Midpoint, and then we'll rub a couple of lines out. Now we have this shape. Now you don't really know what that's going to look like, so I'll pan out and look at that in our full sphere, and it looks like that. So this way, using this simple technique, I mean, it'd take you half an hour to make the component and lay it up like this, less than that. But you can experiment forever, really. Let's do another one. Right, quickly, we're going to do a 4-frequency dome. I've done some guidelines, and I've just got to draw a few lines on here. We'll start from the center. We know that our radius is 102 millimeters. So I'm going to draw 3 lines to produce the center triangle in our 4 frequency dome. I've done the other guidelines around the outside. One or two. Right, we're ready to go now. So this is our component. You see it lights up in the square. We'll double click that, and it's gone. Everything goes a bit grey, and off we go to build our 4 frequency. This is the central triangle. We just pushed all these lines through to be able to mark that out. We'll do the edge triangles, well, the corner ones, what I call the corner ones, next. When you're working with one face, it's very difficult to tell how it's going to look. That's wrong. I think we're up here actually there. How it's very difficult to tell how it's going to look when it's finished. So using this method, as you go, you can let's do this one here. When you finish one face, you can have a look at your main component or your collection of components and see if it looks right or not. So it's a quick way, and you can also make quick adjustments. It's a little, with everything being grey, it's a little awkward to be able to see where we're going. Here we go. I mean, if you were to model a 4 frequency dome from scratch in a full sphere, it'll take ages really, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 15 times 20. So loads of triangles. So you want to, you can actually cut down further on triangles, but I'm just showing you this for an example. You know, I mean, really in a minute, couple of minutes, we've done a 4 frequency. What I'll do then is when we finish this, we can color code, paint out, and color code we know that these are all the same, the blue ones. We know that there's an equilateral triangle right in the middle on yellow, and then we'll do a green one here, and we'll do we'll do dark blue. Let's do dark blue. These are mirror images of each other in a 4 frequency. Right, that gives us a full color coded single face. But when we zoom out, we can look at I'll have a bigger picture here. I didn't quite get that color just right. There we go. Right, let's have a look at our full sphere. There we go. We have a single face there, and we have a full sphere here, and we can see that it splits nicely down here. You could divide it by here to make a dome. You can look at how it fits together, how smooth it looks, and you've only actually built one single face there. So that gives you, I mean, you should be able to knock this up in about 20 minutes, and you can rub out faces, replace them. Let's try that. If we replaced a face, if we rubbed this line out here and replaced it with a line here, you can see that would make a change. And you need to do that on all 3 corners. You know, you've got hours of playing around to do, but you can quickly see if it's a dud or if it's going to work. There we go. That gives another. We've completely changed our. I don't know why the colours are off on this, so I've done something with the colours I didn't know to. But you can see that we've changed this. We've blended these 2 faces into two opposite facing. It's a bit like a diamond split down the middle, but that gives a whole brand new look on a 4 frequency dome, and it took about 2 seconds to do. So have a bit play with that and see what different shapes and structures you can come up with. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.